my world's a scenario. It's all left to say. When I turn up the stereo, I know I'm gonna be safe. I have never felt so high, and maybe it's all a lie.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy QT, and I am here with a UI and like a add-on video, I guess I'll call it. I will do a key binding and macro video later. Maybe when things start picking up a bit more. For sure, because I would love to do it. I think it'd be fun also. So yeah, I mean, as you can tell, my interface, I kept it very basic. I don't have a bunch of stuff. I don't have a bunch of changes. It's just the basic Blizzard UI, straight up. And then I'll go into it later in the macro, keybind, all that jazz video. But I have some stuff up here too, and the things I have over here is like basic abilities, very basic abilities, and also no cooldown abilities. You know, stuff that I don't need to really see. You know what I mean? And I mean, as you can see down here, I have trinkets and things, and I have these 10 sets of 2. I do that simply because that way I don't have to spend as much time looking down. Like, it's when there's one thing, you know, you gotta pick one thing out of the whole crowd of abilities. But when you set it in groups of 2 or 3, you know, you can see it a little bit easier. Bam, bam. You know what the cooldown is, or roughly what the cooldown is, and pop back up to your screen. See what you're doing. So I do that. Most of my cooldown stuff is here. Which makes it convenient. The only thing that I really click, I'm not gonna lie, is my buff. I'm pretty lazy when it comes to that. I should bind it. I really should. Actually, I'll probably do that in a second. But it's just because I don't know. So yeah, that's my UI basically. Nothing really changed. And as far as add-ons, I do use OQ for quicker queues. Not if I'm trying to do anything serious, but just when I'm trying to get maybe a conquest cap, get into a raid, get into a raided battleground, something like that. I'll use OQ. But obviously that's not like a massively, massively advantageous add-on. In other terms of just don't waste your life on this stupid game when you can find a queue in, 5 seconds. So yeah, and then I also use Vial cooldowns. Vial cooldowns is a good one. It sort of shows up on the enemy's character, and it shows the cooldowns that they have, such as maybe a DK's AMS, a Rogue's. Cloak of Shadows, and then interrupt abilities, counter spells on mages. Definitely advantageous. It's one of those ones that I would call it a cheap add-on because I think it does a lot of the work for you, and I try to stay away from it as much as possible, but it just makes it convenient. You know what I mean? It's you can't go wrong with Vial cooldowns. I use Gladiator Los SA. I think that's a huge add-on. I don't use Gladius. A lot of people troll me for that, but I mean, seriously, do some of the work yourself. You know what I mean? No, I mean, I understand that there's like 3K players who use it, and it's amazing. And I might start using it if I ever really push some serious rating up in the 22 to 2400s. I have to find some partners some legit partners first, but for now I just use Gladiator Los SA because it's convenient and it shows, like, if I'm gonna juke someone's pummel or something, that way I know he pummeled. I know that's on cooldown. I know I can free cast for X amount of seconds. And I also use Courts, which I'll show you that at the end. But I use battleground targets for RBGs and also for randoms. Obviously, it's a nice, fun, convenient add-on. Gets you going right off the bat. And for raids, I use Deadly Boss mods. So literally all my add-ons. That's my UI. It's pretty basic, pretty freaking fast. I'll show you what Quartz is if you don't know what it is. I like to use it since I'm now getting into streaming YouTubing. That way people can see my shit easier. And as you can see down here, it's just a bigger cast bar. You can make it even bigger than that. I just try to keep it basic. Like I said, what I don't want is a bunch of shit clogging up my screen. You know what I mean? And I don't mind doing some of the work. I don't mind having to keep track of their trinkets. I don't mind having to keep track of my DR timers or what, my DR timers on X target, but so I'd rather have it clean and have me be able to do some of the work than to have it all bogged up and me, yeah, I know frickin' everything, but that just seems unfun to me. I don't know. Possible. And I still push good rating. I'm still in the 2Ks pretty easily without even having, but one partner. I game with a few people, but not even that consistently. So I feel like that could be fun, and I don't know. I kind of want to document Gladiator. I'm gonna shoot for it. Why not? I was only like 400 or 500 points away, but which obviously a million people are. But And so I thought I'll get started YouTube and streaming now, get some people to help me out and support me as I go for that, and possibly knocking along the way. So that's my goal. And yeah, I know there's not a lot of people watching now, but hit it up with a like, a sub, a favorite if you liked it, if you want to see more. Awesome sauce, deuces.